Hey everyone, and welcome! If you've been looking for that perfect, cozy, and believe it or not, simple dessert to just warm you up, then you are in the right place. Today, we're gonna break down the Golden Orchard Honey Pollen Apple Crumble. It's a dessert that's honestly as fun to make as it is to eat. So, let's get into it.
I mean, just listen to that description. This is not just a recipe, it's a whole vibe. We're talking about that amazing moment when you pull something out of the oven and your entire kitchen just smells like warm spices and sweet apples. That is exactly what we're about to create together.
So what is it that makes this crumble so special? Well, it's not just a random mix of ingredients, that's for sure. It's actually a really smart combination designed for maximum comfort. Let's break down the magic behind the flavor.
Okay, the magic here is all about how these things play together. The honey, it doesn't just add sweetness. It actually caramelizes in the oven, creating this deep, rich flavor that you just don't get from plain sugar. And when you pair that with cinnamon and nutmeg, well, that's that classic warm hug in a bowl feeling right there. And the bee pollen, it might sound a little different, but it adds this wonderful, subtle floral taste and a really satisfying little pop of texture.
Ready to get your hands dirty? You know, the best part about this recipe is how simple it is. You're not going to need any fancy gadgets or impossible to find ingredients. Let's have a look at what you'll need to grab.
So our ingredients really just break down into two parts. You've got the apple filling, and then you've got that glorious, crunchy crumble topping. Everything here should be super easy to find at your local store. But there is one ingredient where your choice is actually going to make a huge difference.
Okay, let's talk apples. This is so important. You really want to go for something firm and crisp, like a Honeycrisp or a Gala. And here's why. They hold their shape when you bake them. That means you get these beautiful, tender slices of apple in your final dessert, not a soupy, mushy applesauce-like mess. Seriously, this choice is the key to getting that perfect texture.
All right, we've got our ingredients, so let's jump in. We're going to start with the heart of the crumble, that warm, spiced apple filling. And trust me on this, it could not be any easier. And that is literally it. 4 simple steps. You're just going to peel, slice, throw everything together in one bowl, give it a toss, and spread it in your dish. No pre-cooking, no extra pans, none of that. Now, all these steps are easy, but getting that first one right, the oven temperature, is absolutely crucial.
So you want to make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius. A properly hot oven is what makes sure everything bakes evenly, so you get that perfectly bubbling filling and a golden brown top. Whatever you do, don't skip the preheat.
With the filling all set, it's time to move on to my favorite part, the topping. This is where all that crunchy, buttery magic happens. And we're about to learn a basic baking technique that honestly, you're going to use in tons of other recipes.
We start off super simple. Just mix your dry stuff, the oats, flour, brown sugar, and a little pinch of salt all in one bowl. And then, in goes the most important ingredient for that perfect crumbly texture, cold butter cut into little cubes. And how we add it is a technique called cutting it in.
So what in the world does cut in the butter actually mean? It just means you're breaking down that cold butter and mixing it into the flour. You can use your fingertips, a couple of knives, whatever you have. The whole point is to keep the butter in small, cold pieces. Those little pockets of butter will melt in the oven and create steam, which is what makes the topping so light and crisp instead of heavy and dense.
Now, this is the question I always get from beginner bakers, right? How do you know when to stop? How do you know if you've done it right? Don't worry, it's not some big mystery. There's a really clear visual cue that tells you you've nailed it.
This right here, this is your goal. You're looking for a crumbly mixture that kind of looks like coarse sand, but, and this is the important part, you can still see some small pea-sized chunks of butter in there. Don't overmix. Those little butter pieces are your ticket to a perfectly flaky, delicious crumble topping. Okay, you've made the filling, you've totally mastered the topping, now it's time to bring it all home. This is the final, easy stretch before you get to dig into the incredible dessert you just made from scratch. Assembly could not be easier. Just take that beautiful crumble mix and sprinkle it all over your apples. Then pop it into that preheated oven and just wait for the magic. And how do you know when it's done? Oh, you'll know. The top will be a gorgeous golden brown, and you'll see that yummy apple filling bubbling up around the edges.
And how long does that take? Go ahead and set your timer for about 35 to 40 minutes. It's the perfect amount of time to tidy up the kitchen a bit and, more importantly, figure out if you're going to serve it with ice cream.
As soon as it comes out of the oven, we've got one last special touch. You're going to gently warm just a little bit of honey, that makes it easier to drizzle, and pour it over the hot crumble. Then, you finish it with a little sprinkle of bee pollen. This is what adds that beautiful shine and that extra unique floral note.
And hey, here's a little pro tip for you. Why do we add that pollen at the very end? Well, you do it after baking to keep its delicate flavor and all its nutrients. If you bake it, you kind of lose all that good stuff. So always sprinkle it on top at the end.
And now for the absolute best part, eating it. Look, this crumble is amazing all by itself, but serving it warm with a big scoop of vanilla ice cream, that's just next level. A little yogurt is great too, or you can just pair it with a hot cup of tea for the ultimate cozy moment.
So there you have it. You've not only learned a fantastic new recipe, but you've also mastered a really key baking skill. So the only question left is, now that you're a crumble master, what comforting creation are you going to tackle next? Thanks so much for joining me, and happy baking!